a good day here at Nuka World.
Among the Stars. Exhibit sponsored by a grant from the Vault Tech Corporation. Just a reminder that Nuka World is not responsible for injuries sustained by the audience during the Cola Clowns Comedy Cavalcade.
Go talk to one of the sheriffs at the gate first.
Let's get this done. Make sure you don't leave anything. Any idea where they went? That takes care of that. Opening fire. Found them, sir. Nothing. Perhaps I have a faulty sensor. We may have an enemy. No more hiding for you. Careful, sir.
This has got to be the worst gig yet. Caleb came up with another way to torture us with his ridiculous method acting. First it was all the drinking, which, admittedly, was fun at first.
Don't
But now
think
the
I
guys
can
are
pick this.
refusing to bathe and subjecting us to the worst body odor ever known to mankind.
Howdy, partners. Welcome to Dry Rock Golf, where it's always
All systems are go, sir.
Star Patrol are now full for the day. Please speak to a park concierge for additional information.
We need the key.
Do you have what it takes to be one of my deputies? Come on over and
Welcome to the Nuka-Cola World of Refreshment, now featuring a river of Nuka-Cola Quantum. And
Security's
now for
too
a
good.
special surprise. This is where we produce the newest member of our family, Nuka-Cola Quantum. Nuka-Cola Quantum. Twice the calories, twice the carbohydrates. This isn't just a ride. It's one of several operational factories. And just look at that amazing patented blue glow. While out here on the East Coast, folks delight in the refreshment of an ice-cold Nuka Grape, Nuka Orange, or Nuka Cherry. And be on the lookout for... Hey, Mom and Dad, are you ready for a night out on the town? Here in the mixing area, we combine... Each bottle is carbonated, and then sealed with one of our signature bottle caps. So sit back and enjoy the ride as we take you through the Nuka-Cola World of Refreshment. Nuka-Cola World of Refreshment, now featuring a river of Nuka-Cola Quantum. 35% alcohol by volume. Nuka-Cola is the year 2027 when our founder, John Taylor Brown, Hey, Mom and Dad.
No way I can pick this. Rock's really strong.
Then pick up an each rim of a delicious soft drink that would provide the most focused. Out west, they enjoy regional favorites, such as the classic Nuka-Cola Quartz and refreshingly patriotic Nuka-Cola Victory.
I suggest we take as much as we can carry. Switching to search mode.
Won't be able to pick this.
It took almost 2 years to perfect the formula, but in late 2044, Mr. Brad Burton was finally successful, and Nuka-Cola was born. It quickly surpassed other lesser beverages to become America's #1 favorite soft drink. Not one to rest on his laurels, Mr. Brad Burton and his team of talented beverageers continue to create new and exciting formulas. It took almost 2 years to perfect the formula, but in late 2044, Mr. Brad Burton was finally successful, and Nuka-Cola was born. It quickly surpassed other lesser beverages to become America's #1 favorite soft drink. Not one
Move
to
here.
rest on his laurels, Mr. Brad Burton and his team of talented beverageers continue to create new and exciting formulas. It took almost 2 years to perfect the formula, but in 2044, Mr. Brad Burton was finally successful, and Nuka-Cola was born. Nuka-Cola began its journey in the year 2042 when our founder, Nuka-Cola Quantum. Twice the calories, twice the carbohydrates, twice the caffeine, and twice the taste. And just look at that amazing patented blue glow. Not one to rest on his laurels, Mr. Bradford. Out west, they enjoy regional favorites, such as the classic Nuka-Cola Quartz and refreshingly patriotic Nuka-Cola. But in late 2044, Mr. Bradford was finally successful as Nuka-Cola was born. When our founder, John Caleb Bradford, was a fun given eclectic pass out of lesser beverages to become America's #1 favorite soft drink.
Head over there.
Easter ran the liquid soft drink that would provide energy, focus, and 20% back and enjoy the run back to the Nuka-Cola World of Refreshment. Nuka-Cola began its journey in the year 2022. Not one to rest on his laurels, Mr. Brad Burton and his team of talented beverageers continue to create. Welcome to the Nuka-Cola World of...
Thirsty? Head over to Doc Phosphate's Saloon in Dry Rock Gulch to purchase an ice-cold Nuka-Cola Wild.
I suggest we take as much as we can carry.
Feeling thirsty? Visit Doc Phosphate. Welcome back, partner. You ready for a rootin' tootin' good time here at Dry Rock Gulch?
So, are you in charge here?
We like to say the only thing that's really in charge here is fun.
This whole area is infested with bloodworms and who knows what else. It's not safe.
You must mean the no good outlaws that are coming out of Mad Mulligan's mine. Well, Partner, if you're interested in lending a hand, I could use a new deputy. What do you say?
Let me see if I can run some overrides and make you a little more helpful.
Employee manual login recognized. Currently running in full park exhibition mode. Visitors are directed to our 3 main activity centers. Dock Phosphate Saloon, Giddy Up Kids Corral, and One-Eyed Ike's Quick Draw Contest. After completing each activity, the visitor will be given part of the combination to the safe that holds the key to Mad Mulligan's Mine. Signs of life in the mine, originally believed to be mine cart ride attendants, but may actually be an infestation of deadly worms. Advise contracting exterminators. System will now reboot. Have a nice day, and don't forget your uniform. Howdy, partner. Welcome.
Get half off an order.
Any idea where they went? Power down weapons, sir. Well done, sir.
So, you're the new deputy. Well, I ain't impressed yet. Let's see how you handle an old-fashioned quick draw duel. The rules are simple. We'll each walk into the street. I'll count to 3, and then I'll say, draw. First one to hit the other wins.
Yeah. I think a little administrative override is in order.
Employee manual login recognized. Exhibition bypass protocol engaged. Handing over part 1 of this week's safe combination. Rebooting. You look parched there, stranger. You know what you need? A bottle of Nuka Cola. While
Due to high demand, we've added a second performance of Queen Quantum's Coronation. Please check your park brochure for details.
That's why I want you to handle tending the bar. I got 3 orders of drinks I need you to deliver. One is just upstairs, and the other 2 are in town.
Attention. All contestants for the Nuka Cola drinking contest must turn in their indemnity waivers
Oh, no.
before they will be allowed
We're
to
not
participate.
doing this. Let's see if I can make some adjustments.
Employee manual login recognized. Exhibition bypass protocol engaged. Handing over part 2 of this week's safe combination. Rebooting. Oh, thank goodness it's the new deputy. You got to help me. My herd of giddy-up buttercups have all fled the pokey. You gotta track them down and bring them back to my corral. Now, giddy-up buttercups can't resist the taste of Nuka Cola. So check all our refreshment stands. What do you say, deputy? Can you help an honest horse trader out?
Yep. Time for a little reprogramming.
Employee manual login recognized. Exhibition bypass protocol engaged. Handing over part 3 of this week's safe combination rebooting. Get along, little doggies, and dry rock.
Loctite.
Are now full for the day. Please speak to a park concierge for additional information.
what it takes to be one. Did you have fun in Mulligan's mine? Tussle with any bad outlaws?
Look, Sheriff, I just cleared out that mine full of dangerous pests. Can you drop the act for 1 second?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just an old-fashioned cowboy trying to show folks a good time here at Nuka World.
That mine was the nest for a bloodworm queen. Now that she's gone, this whole area should be a lot safer.
I can't understand a word of what you're saying, but you've been the best deputy this side of the Mississippi. Here, take some souvenir bottle caps courtesy of the Nuka-Cola Janitorial Service Department. You and your friends are welcome in Dry Rock Gulch anytime.
I don't think I can pick this.
Get along, little doggies, at Dry Rock Gulch.
Hell yeah.
sure this is gonna work? What if we overload the processor? Could fry the whole system.
Then we salvage it for parts. You really think anyone's gonna miss this robot? Now hand me that screwdriver.
If this little personality upgrade works, it's gonna be the funniest damn thing in the park. Man, I can't wait to see the looks on the other guys' faces when they try to talk to it.
There. All done. One slightly radarized robot ready for duty.
All these suckers make it on their own. Well, makes for easy. Well, I'll be damned. You actually did it. Nuka World is ours. All of it.
Why are you acting surprised?
Hey, no disrespect, boss. You've just gotta understand. We ain't ever been on ground this solid before. Now that we're here, let's keep this party going. I'm thinking it's time we set our sights on the Commonwealth.
Why bother with the Commonwealth? Don't we have everything we need over here?
That sounds like Coulter talking, boss. Ain't a good sign. Taking back Nuka World is a big friggin' deal, no question. But it can't be the end of things. Needs to be a beginning. These bunch of savages need a goal, something to focus on. If they ain't got it, they'll wind up turning on each other. In an operation this big, we're gonna need more of, well, everything. Nobody's gonna hand it to us. We need to take it. Commonwealth has a ton of shitty little settlements that could be put to better use. Don't you think?
You sure that's wise? We just got this place back on its feet.
Do you think it's wise to watch the gangs tear each other to pieces, fighting over what's left of this place? Of course you don't. So let's focus on avoiding that. We don't gotta rush into this headlong. We take it slow. Be smart about it. If we're aiming to grab a piece of the Commonwealth, it's going to take the right contacts and a lot of muscle. Right? I say we go have ourselves a chat with Shank. He's the point man for everything entering and leaving Nuka World. He floated this idea before. Been itching to talk to you ever since you took over. So I bet he's got a good idea of where to start. He's in charge of the caravan, so odds are you can find him somewhere near the marketplace.
You trust this Shank guy?
You ought to know by now. I don't trust anyone. But Shank's on the level. I got no reason to think he'd screw us. Especially if he stands to profit as much as anyone. Boss. You listening?
If you're vouching for this Shank guy, that sounds good enough to me.
Yeah, sure. How else do you think he ended up at the top of my Christmas list? Just head over and talk to the guy. He'll back up what I'm saying about the Commonwealth. And while you're doing that, I've already got the gangs working on getting Nuka World's power plant up and running. It's about time we shed some real light around here and let people know we mean serious business. Oh, and if you want my advice, or if you want me to tag along, you've got it.
That last one died too fast.
It's gotta be around here somewhere.
Wasn't bet gonna see who could down immunity from the longest distance.
Well, look who it is. Liking what you've done with the place, boss. Gang certainly seem pleased with their new little kingdoms. Haven't seen people this revved up since last time someone spiked the water fountains. Never formally introduced myself. Name's Shank. And if you're standing here, well, I suppose Gage figured you might be the one to finally get things back on track. How long it take him to convince you it was time to move on the Commonwealth?
And what makes you think I've been convinced?
Well, if you aren't yet, you sure as hell should be. Giving the gang spots to call their own around the park, it bought you some goodwill. But providing them with their own domains, carved from the settlements of the Commonwealth, well, I can't think of a better way to solidify your place around here. Plus, make us all a pretty penny along the way. If that interests you, well, all you've got to do is say the word, and we can let the fun begin.
I wanted to ask about your role in this.
I'm listening.
Which gang do you work for?
Don't work for the gangs. Gage brought me in to work for the overboss. Plan was I'd advise Coulter in his grand scheme to run roughshod over the Commonwealth. And despite Coulter's change of heart, I've kept my ear to the ground, just in case that day ever came. I'm hoping today might finally be it.
So, what exactly is it you do?
I'll walk you through all the ins and outs of getting us established on the other side of those mountains. Claiming territory, running jobs, keeping folks loyal. Gage and Coulter also tasked me with keeping on top of the goings-on back there, so I'll provide you with guidance on the places we can hit and the places we can't. Kind of makes me your one-stop shop for causing havoc in the Commonwealth.
What is it that you get out of helping me do this?
I've been well taken care of up to this point. I ain't greedy, but people with my kind of talents aren't common. All I'm looking for is a continuation of the lifestyle I've become accustomed to, and the same piece of the Commonwealth pie everyone else around here has been itching to take a bite of.
That was all I had.
So, does that mean you're ready to begin?
Okay, let's get started.
Music to my ears. So getting us set up in the Commonwealth's gonna require 3 things: territory, provisions, and loyalty. First things first, territory. We're gonna need to claim a settlement for our gang to work from, an outpost. And there are 2 ways to claim new territory. You can head in yourself and convince the locals to leave. Or I can get a crew together and you all can put them in the dirt. How you do it is up to you. So, first big decision. You want to talk them off their land? Or you want to wipe them out?
Is there a difference between the approaches?
Well, settlers will probably rally some bodies if you try and wipe them out. But it's a guaranteed way to claim a spot. If you try to scare them off their land, there's a chance they might just tell you to take a hike. At that point, you might be able to buy them off. But it could end up getting expensive if you don't work them over a bit first. Beyond just that, There are some places out there overrun with trouble. Ghouls, children of Adam, and the like. Those places aren't going to be interested in having a chat. So you're going to have more options if you go in guns blazing.
Let me talk to them. I'll convince them to leave.
Works for me. Once you've planted your flag in the place, I'll send a crew in to set up shop. Now, next up, you'll have to pick who you want to hold your outpost once it's established. Of course, every outpost you claim for a gang is going to be something the other gangs don't have. And none of them like the thought of their rivals getting a leg up on them. Worth thinking over as you dole out more territory. So, which gang should I have join you once you've staked your claim?
The Disciples.
Yeah? Better bring a tarp. That just leaves the target. Now for a new outpost, you'll usually want to target a spot with plenty of populated settlements nearby that might be able to feed our people later on. Taffington Boathouse, Croup Manor, Greentop Nursery, the Slog all had a good number of farms within striking distance last I checked. Though I'll need to go through my notes again. Make sure they're all still good to target. We're not always going to be able to run every job against every settlement. So, you ready to pick the spot for Nuka World's first new homestead?
I'm ready.
Good. So, where you want to do this? Wait, pretty sure that place is one of yours, boss. That's where you want to hit?
Does that matter?
Only if you want to keep control of it. Targeting a settlement for a job is gonna break whatever connections you might have had to the place. Worth taking a moment to consider how much you like having that spot under your thumb. So, that the target?
Actually, I changed my mind.
Sure. You want to give me another target? Or did you maybe want to change up the job?
Why would I want to change up the type of job?
Well, some places in the Commonwealth aren't interested in talking to you. So going in guns blazing will usually give you more spots you can hit. Personally, I think it's a hell of a lot more fun too. Plus, shooting the place up is a guaranteed way to get what you want. Trying to convince a settlement can go awry if you don't do the right prep.
I want to change the job.
Sure thing. How you want to do it?
Get a gang together. Those settlers are as good as dead.
Ha! Stick with the classics. Which gang you want to join you on the job?
The Disciples.
Uh-huh. Now, the target. You ready to decide where this is going down?
I'm ready.
Good. So, what's the target? Let me... Yup, that place'll do. So, these sorts of jobs are pretty straightforward. Move in, kill everything in sight. Crew will be waiting for you when you get there. help you deal with whatever you may run into. Now, you're not gonna be able to take a direct route to the place. Fast way to get yourself killed. So you'll have to meet our folks outside town. Now, if you're looking for something to give you an extra edge, might be worth checking in with some of the gang bosses. Probably got some trick or two up their sleeves. The crew that's joining you's just gonna have standard kits though. If you want to arm them up differently, I'd take along some extra gear. Show those settlers who's in charge.
Hey.
Got a good look at them, boss. Place is infested. Was hoping to get some real blood on my hands. But I don't mind a little exterminating. Wanna move in?
Let's get this show on the road.
Hell yeah.
suffering.
I just want to see how nice
Hey there.
Unimpressive, but I guess it'll do. The sooner we get some supplies coming in, the better. You can run along now. Go tell them how it went.
Hey, Shank.
Well. Word going around is there's some new raider boss tearing up the Commonwealth. Not too shabby. I'll make sure your cut of any caps the outpost pulls in are waiting in your quarters. So, now that we got part 1 on the books, we can move on to part 2, provisions. If you want to hang on to this newfound territory, you're going to need to convince a nearby settlement to start handing over shipments of supplies. I'll make sure those shipments get distributed direct to the outpost. Any caps they provide will be waiting in your trunk up in Fizztop. And the more a settlement produces for itself, the more of each we can get them to cough up. Now, like before, the method's up to you. You can try talking to them yourself, convince them to hand over the goods, or you and a crew can introduce some bullets to some kneecaps.
Hi there!
Smells like dick.
Life is short, boss. You better get your partying in now.
Shank says you might need our help locating squatters living in our buildings. Ain't it just found some toys, a couple operators left.
Shoulder damage.
Shank says you might need our help vacating the squatters and getting on new rigs. Ain't it just your lucky day? Wait till you see what I got. Found some toys, a couple operators left on their corpses in the back alley. Not sure how they got themselves dead like that. No shame. I took them apart and made a little something different out of the parts. It was just gonna be a toy. More useful than that. Beasts find these things irresistible. Anything nearby.